it's an equation, and it's asking us to solve. So we're going to, our answer, or what we get, should be x equals, and it's going to be a number, and maybe two numbers if it's a quadratic that we end up solving. This is different from the solve. This is different from the simplify, where we're just factoring and canceling and reducing it down. Here we're looking for x equals a number. So, volunteer, describe to us, there's a trick we can use to get rid of the denominators right away. Yeah?
Multiply the top by the LCD.
Okay, multiply the top by the LCD. So we're going to multiply the top by LCD. Students get confused with this because if we're taking a least common denominator and we're multiplying the numerators by that. But that's absolutely correct. We find the LCD and then we can multiply every numerator by that, and it will cancel out all the denominators. Okay, great. So we're going to factor this. Looks like x plus 3 times x minus 2, which is good because we have an x minus 2 here. And this 1 I'm going to express as just a 1 over 1. Okay. Least common denominator, the smallest thing that this divides into evenly, this divides into evenly, and this divides into evenly is x plus 3 times x minus 2. And that we are going to multiply here. We're going to multiply here. And we are going to multiply here. Cancel, 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 cancel. So this is a trick. You don't have to do this. You could convert this fraction to LCD. You could convert this fraction to LCD. And then you would be able to, well, you'd still be multiplying both sides by the least common denominator. All right. Question so far? Okay. So maybe I'll kind of write this in. We had x plus 3 times x minus 2, and x plus 3 times x minus 2, and x plus 3 times x minus 2. So after canceling this in factored form, the x plus 3's cancel, the x minus 2's cancel, and we have x squared plus x plus 4. From the middle term, the x minus 2's cancel, and we have minus x times x plus 3. And on the right, we have our LCD, because we just multiplied it by 1. There's nothing left to cancel. So what we did in that step is we got rid of the denominators. Okay, the thing that made the equation difficult to solve is there are these variables in the denominators. By taking Lizzie's advice, multiplying both sides by the LCD, we now have no more denominators, and we're going to distribute and end up with possibly a quadratic. We shall see. So x squared plus x plus 4 minus x squared. Real common mistake here, people forget to distribute this subtraction sign. So minus 3x equals x squared plus x minus 6. And you see the x squareds, you know you want to get everything on one side, 0 on the other side, and we're going to try to solve by factoring because this is a quadratic. So x squareds disappear, maybe I'll combine like terms, plus x and minus 3x. So we have minus 3x plus 4 equals x squared plus x minus 6. And
yes,
minus 2x.
X
Negative
minus
3x
3x is negative 2x.
just testing. Thank you. All right, minus 2x plus 4. Good. And so at this point, because we have positive x squared over here, we're going to move stuff over to the right, so we have 0 on this side. All right. Let's see if I can do that correctly. So we have x squared, we add 2x to both sides, and we subtract 4 from both sides to give us this. Okay. 0 equals x squared plus 3x minus 10. Volunteer, raise your hand. What do you think we could do to solve for x? Yeah,
Factor.
factor.
X plus 5, x minus 2.
Okay, that's x plus 5 and x minus 2. Looks like it's going to work. That's great. From this, we get two answers. X equals -5 or x equals 2. Are we done?
No.
Check the domain.
We need to check against the domain restrictions. Wonderful. So if we look at our original equation, we need to make sure these are acceptable values and not restricted values. So one of our denominators was x plus 3 times x minus 2. The other denominator was this, and the other denominator was just a 1. So we have we have two values that are not allowed. X equals 2 is not allowed. X equals -3 is not allowed. So in solving through the equations, the math give me these two values, but because x equals 2 is not an allowed value, we can just put a line through it like that, indicating we did solve and arrive at that answer, but it's not an allowed value because it would give 0 in the denominator. Questions?
No.
Okay. Tyler, what's the difference between solve and simplify?
Simplifying and not trying to find x.
Great. Okay. And when it's asking you to solve, it will be the answer will be a number, and what's given to you will be an equation, something with an equal sign. Okay. So let's talk about